And how are we doing for medium tanks? 0. Okay. See what we can do about giving ourselves a little bit more space. Meanwhile, the German push is actually doing okay. I just love how this is just a big bulge here. I mean, if this remains and we take up to, say, this river, I could just station my tanks up here and just get a massive cutoff against all of this. Because it turns out that adding medium tanks to my tank divisions has made a huge difference. I could try to send some to Japan. The problem is they'll almost certainly get intercepted. Send you 20% of my fuel production as well. Meanwhile, my yellow units are starting to arrive. We've got a decent number of Germans here, so we've definitely put some pressure on the Indians. And they're going to be suffering for infrastructure. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised that I'm not. Tiny bit up there, but that's it. Impressive. Taking that airbase would be a nice move.
Pronto, signore.
Soviet Union annexes Tannu-Tuva. In a press release earlier today, Moscow announced the formal annexation of Tannu-Tuva. The Supreme Soviet agreed to request the Tannu-Tuvan Parliament for membership in the USSR. Bulgaria wants to send me 2 divisions expeditionaries. I will accept those. I will then add them to my armies. I just want to check this. And then you want to know how many men the Soviets have now lost. The Soviets have lost 1.6 million. Germany has lost 1.1. I've lost 769,000. Axis have lost 2.3 million. Allies have lost 5.2. I don't think that's including the Japanese-Chinese war. You know what? You lot just hang out. You're fine. It's no problem.
Forza, forza! Ordini?
We're now in the mountains up here, so I'm pretty happy to sit back and defend that. I would like to see if we can push these guys into the mountains so we can have a mountain defense there too. Although... oh, those are hills. Those are mountains. Yeah. I'm going to see if we can push across here, which is not river. A lot of American convoys going around. British convoys. How's the submarine fleet doing? We are building more.
Ordini?
$14 divisions to defend all of that. Worth it though, I think. And that's going to stop unrest here too. And we can push them into India if and when we take it. Alright, tanks. Let's have you... Actually, half of you are still moving. Alright. Meanwhile, Africa, how's this looking? American troops have started to arrive here. Can we push them back? Yes. Yes, we can. Do it. Alright, so we have reached maximum mobilization for extensive conscription. Now. How are the Soviets doing for manpower, just out of interest? Fine, but they've gone way ahead of service by requirement for no reason. Alright, tank divisions. How are we doing for medium tanks? Any surpluses? Yes, actually we do. So let's make you into medium tanks. And then there's just the one. So I'm actually going to switch you now. Because now we have a surplus. We still have a shortage of motorized. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce my tank production to just this. I'm going to increase our guns. Motorized is already huge production. And then, where else am I short? Naval bombers and fighters. I think I do want more fighters. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, naval. Am I being intercepted anywhere? Amazingly, I'm not. Even with my Japanese purchases. Which is quite impressive. Yeah, you lot are making no moves whatsoever. Gotta really rely on the tanks for the breakthroughs. So let's see what we can do about that. Let's make some more breakthroughs. See, I was really hoping that this being the objective and it being right next to you, more of you would focus on that. But whatever, it's fine. Making sure all of the infrastructure can feed supply through to here without too many problems. See, now, why are you attacking there? That's clearly not part of the objective. That's the objective. Stop! Nope, damn it. Stop.
Avanzate!
10 divisions against 5. We do now have the attack and the breakthrough to get through here, so we should be alright. And then after this, we're going to want to take that one province, and then I'm done with the Caucasus front. And we can start moving those tanks elsewhere. Alright, we've just researched upgraded fighters. So I think I'm going to make a fighter variant. I was kind of saving this for the close air support, but I think I'd rather use it on the fighters. We're going to go range. Okay, not range. We're going to go engine. And reliability and range until we're out of points. On the 1 series, there we are, and we need to buy a little bit more rubber, which amazingly is not being intercepted. I still can't believe that. Right, we have too much steel, so we'll reduce our imports. Too much tungsten. We are now tungsten neutral. Interesting. Actually, if we can take these two air bases, that would be pretty awesome.
Pronto.
Meanwhile, how are we doing down here? Fine. I was really expecting Britain to just throw themselves against our lines here, so I'm perfectly happy just leaving that. No problem.
Attento.
You desperately need a different colour.
Ordini. Formazione. Attento.
Alright, so brown units are always the garrisons.
Ordini.
Just so I know that those are all garrison units. Actually, you know what? Your garrison could spread out to cover... Actually, no. My North Africa garrison should probably cover this coast. Cut-off potential in South India. Yeah.
Attento.
That's a big cut-off, actually.
Pronto all'azione. Avanti.
Close air support next. And now we have higher level attack bombers. Fortunately, I just spent most of the experience, so we're just going to have to go ahead and just straight up upgrade that.
Pronto, signore.
Hey, you're actually attacking the right position. Huzzah! Cut off there. Nice. Floating fortress is done. It's another doctrine closer. Carrier efficiency, and then finally we get the massive upgrade, which is the Grand Battle Fleet. That's true. My other good general isn't sick anymore. Only question is, where would I put him? Probably instead of Sodu.
Pronto, signore.
I just need to remember who it was. It was you. So let's switch you for Sodu.
Pronto, signore.
And then Praska, goes over there. It will take them time for both of them to arrive, but that's okay. Then I'll bet if I move tanks down here, we'll be able to move, actually make some fairly big pushes through the steppe. Or I could just move my tanks over here, try to punch through, take Kiev, and then down to the Black Sea and cut all of this off. I might try to do that. How are we doing for medium tanks now? We are running a little low. Motorized and support equipment is finally starting to catch up where we need it to be. Alright, good. And there we go, we took it.
Andiamo!
So now let's just hold this position until the purples arrive to reinforce us. And now I'm going to say I feel pretty secure. Maybe I do want that one as well. Yeah, I think I do.
Comandi.
Just so that we have one province between us and the Baku oil fields. Or between them and the Baku oil fields. In fact, we actually have two, but still. I want this one. Do I care? Can't tell if this is bordering that or not.
Pronto, signore.
It's not. Okay. In that case, I don't think I care. We have a little bit of space. Looks like we did get the cutoff over there. Now we are in a position where we could do some tank shenanigans over here. This is all nice and flat. Looks like Germany's doing a big push towards Kiev right now. No, let's set ourselves up over here. We'll be ambitious. Okay, just double checking you weren't going to try and go through the Black Sea. Right, new technology. I really want decryption. As much as I want the industry, I really want decryption. Oh right, the other thing I could have done is gone for Air Force base. Which would deny the Soviets any air forces in this region.
Formazione.
Let's just see if we can cut across into Yerevan. Oh, especially as the Soviets are doing a massive attack here right now.
Pronto, signore.
Oops. 2 million losses for the Soviets now, 1.5 for the Germans.
Sì, signore.
Looks like we may lose that one province, but that's okay. We should be able to hold pretty stiffly onto this. Atlantic Fleet focus is finished. Let's get the Marines and landing craft. Oops, didn't read it. Wars are not won by naval power alone. We must also be able to transport our armies across the waves and put them ashore safely. Now we're getting a bit low on manpower. Oh, the big fleet finally decided to show their faces in my sea zone. We seem to be fine. New submarine? New submarine. Excellent. Let's put you in there. Let's have you convoy raiding. Let's bring you up to strength. Alright, do I want to go to service by requirement now? No, but I'm also not going to spend my political power until I decide yes.
Pronto.
Let's get some counterattacks going. All of these Soviets are exhausted, so why not? Boom. Big gains.
Sì, signore.
And that's reinforced, that's good.
Pronto, signore.
Stay right there. We're about to take that other airbase, which is going to be a big deal. There it goes. Stop bringing in reinforcements! Oil's fine. I'm keeping an eye on it. little bit disappointed by the resilience of these purple units. I wonder, is it time to go to 40 combat widths? Because the problem that these guys have is their organization is awful. And I acknowledge that fact. We would need a lot more infantry equipment. Right, is there anything that I'm significantly ahead on? Not really, no. Kind of need to let the industry just catch up. Also, that would definitely require us to change manpower law. Yeah, the anti-tank was... Well, actually, I mean, what I could do... Hang on, let me think about this a bit more. So I still want to have, whoops, overwhelming artillery. So it might actually be worth going, doubling down on the artillery use. Never seen a template this artillery heavy. Just for the laughs? Support artillery? Yeah, organization is still really bad, so I think if we remove those two, and then add 3 infantry. That's better. I think this is what we're aiming for. So much artillery. Who are you, Americans? We're superior firepower doctrine, so having more artillery is a good thing for us. I quite like this division. Let's go ahead and duplicate that. Division de Fantasteria. Just because it sounds cool. Infantry, 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 infantry. Artillery, artillery. Infantry, infantry, infantry. Just because this looks a bit neater. There we go. Plus logistics. New icon, definitely needed. Which is just going to be that. And that is what we're going to go for.
Pronto, signore.
One, 2,
Sì, signore.
3. One more.
Attento.
4. Siam joins the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. Oh, that's really good, actually. Siam joining us means that we put even more pressure on India. we struggling for supply out here? By any chance? Actually, no. There's a bit of a shortage coming through here. Although Jordan's still being upgraded, so that shortage will actually be dealt with. Although it looks like we may actually want our little corridor here to be level 5. So let's go ahead and do that, and then after that it can spread out again. It's just because this is a corridor, it has to travel through this. That'll be fine.
Pronto, signore. Pronto all'azione.
Attacking my units with barely any strength. Hopefully you can get there in time. Did get there. Yerevan is about to fall. Okay, they're attacking my oil fields. We'll definitely need to go and deal with that. Push them back up again that way. This is all horrible mountains, so I'm perfectly happy to just sit on this.
Attento.
There we go, crushed. And then that's going to free up a bunch of troops to go and defend all of that. Yeah, I was going to say I dislike the fact that we have nobody defending here right now. Let's have you turn around.
Pronto.
Just going to leave the tanks in position until the purples arrive. Like, you guys need to get your act together, people. Come on. We've got places to defend.
Avanzate.
Particularly in Yerevan.
Signore.
Let the purples get into position. Oh boy! India's doing a pretty significant counterattack down here, so we may well need to send the tanks over in that direction. Oh, it's because Germany's decided, you know what? Can't be bothered with this front. Let's abandon it completely. Thanks, Germany! Which would actually be a pretty good argument in favor of making all of these regular infantry units. Or even heavy infantry. Alright. Purples everywhere? Purples everywhere. Let's get you lot here with the intention of pushing back to, say, that. Just like we just did. If we can get them on a counterattack, all the better.